My tax return has arrived in the mail. Now, I recently had a trail camera stolen. So most guys would go out and buy one more, right? I guess some guys would give up. Maybe some guys would double down and buy 2 more. Me, on the other hand, I bought 8 more. They were on pretty good sale. Look at that. Dark Ops. Yeah. It also includes a 32 GD.
There's deer running. You can see the tails over there.
I just marked up this lens here a little bit by blowing on it. This is kind of a neat spot. I walked off this ridge here, and there's a crossing trail. Crosses the trail that I'm walking on. And you see a pretty definite, defined trail right there. And of course, a buck would have left his mark. Skull card right here. Make sense? I am at trail camera 10 here in Escanaba River State Forest. It has over 300 videos on it. 358. But how many of them are going to be wind trip videos? But this is a really neat place. This really neat little path coming through here. Goes on, and I don't know if I can get through there or not. I got another trail camera back there, but there's another lane here that cuts between all these tag alders. Yeah, I think this is a natural rut funnel right here. Did a little modification of this trail camera number 10 location. Tied a cord to this cedar branch right here that's dead, and it's going to stiffen this up just a little bit. I'm thinking that many of those 300, maybe 300 of those 359 trail camera vids are wind generated from this swaying around. So, oh well, that's just what I think, because I don't see a lot of prints here, and there should be all kinds of fresh prints in here. And this is a regular slot that goes all the way through there, surrounded by tag alders until it opens up again. It might be a couple hundred yards. A reason why I think this is a rut funnel, of course I won't know until I look at these vids, but there's a cut here towards the upper side where I came down from, and that's generating some fresh browse for the deer, and there's a lot of deer activity there, a lot of deer sign. And then this is just a narrow little cedar strip that goes a couple hundred yards at least, and it opens up again to where there's another little bit older cut. And you know, there's probably doe groups over there, and there's doe groups over here, and this is the funnel that the bucks run. Go from one to the other. Prep this tree for a stand setup. A very thick tag alder brush here. I earmarked this stand for the 243 single shot Rossi with fiber optic sights. No way I'm going to get an arrow through any of this. But there's a pretty good junction. There's a trail over here, and there's a trail over here, and they kind of merge right in this little cattail opening. And they go off into another little cedar opening. I like this narrow high island in the middle of the tag alder brush. There's a lot of crap here. Must be a bedding spot. Kind of look for a place for a trail camera, but I don't really like too much. There's going to be a lot of triggering when these ferns grow up. So wintertime would probably be a good spot after the ferns die back. So for now I'm going to save the camera. I'm going to look for another spot, better spot. Learned this the hard way. And now double and triple wrapping my cords that I tie the trail camera to a tree with. You can see there's a double wrap there. Right here is a triple wrap. I tied the bottom one tighter than tight. The initial start of the knot I did a triple wrap so that it wouldn't hold once I pulled it tight. Then I did a square knot over the top of the triple wrap. And that one I left loose on purpose so I can angle it down a little bit. Trailcam number 20 right there. Those are the newest cameras that I own. I just bought 8 of them. Right here is a junction of trails in this little cedar island. There's quite a few trails that come into this cedar island, but these are the 2 main ones that intersect right here. Walking along the trail, and here I find a rub. And it's interesting because there's a gouge mark up here high, and there's gouges on the back side. So he must have had long tines. I like these little swale openings in the middle of the swamp. And I'm looking for a place for a camera or maybe a setup. And I noticed this tree here. Let's see, you can see there's a broken one there. There's a broken branch there. And there's a couple broke branches here. So, of course, I'm assuming, but I think that's a buck coming through here, raking his antlers on there. I like it open for a camera because not a lot of brush to have to get rid of. And plus, in the summer when this dries up, this is going to be all green grass. And in the middle of the swamp with all this cover, they'll be comfortable walking through here, getting a belly full of grass. That's what I think. That doesn't mean that's what the deer are going to think. The watery swale opening from another direction. I'm almost to the end of it here where it starts to brush up. And right here's where I placed the trail camera. Ash is probably going to sway around in the wind, but I think it's dead, so maybe not so much. But it's kind of sticking on here a little bit so that we got a pretty good view of it. There's some ferns growing on those little tuffets in the center. That might trigger it, but we'll figure that out when I get here in August to change the card. Looks like a winner to me. Of course, what I think doesn't mean that's what the deer are going to think. Here the logger made a cut, saw it was hollow inside. So he come up a little higher, made another cut, saw it was hollow inside. Made a cut at the top, saw it was hollow, and he said, "The hell with it, I'm cutting it here anyway." Large, crappy nodules. Been following this kind of faint trail through the alder brush. You come upon this little bit of an opening, and you can see there's crap all over the place. Crap pile, crap pile. There were a couple of them here. The crap pile, another crap pile. Sure enough, see the hair in there. It's right along the edge of a clear cut. Way too much brush here for me to set up a trail camera. That thing will be triggered every day it's windy, you know, like 50 or 100 vids on a windy day. But I'll mark this in the GPS. In my new Onyx feature on the phone. 7 meg setup here, overlooking the clearing. It's got a nice little bend in the tree right there. I can set the stand up and lean back. My back will feel real good. I cleaned out all the brush that was here so that if I come and set up, it won't make a lot of noise. And then I noticed there's a little bed here. So I cleaned it all out. Oh, there's a big bed here. You can see the clearing. I can see a long way from that to this direction. Way more than 100 yards. And probably the same that way. And I've got all this cover in front of me. So if I move to scratch my nose or something, I'll have a little bit of cover to hide my nose. Here's a rub right here, look at it, right there, that's a rub. Nothing earth shattering. I'm walking over here a little bit. And there's another rub in here somewhere. Oh, there it is. That's a bigger rub. Look at it. He broke the branches off up here chest high to me. That looks pretty good. Then I saw this nice scrape. I freshened it up a little bit. But definitely something was pretty tall breaking these branches off. I mean, I got to reach up to touch them. I'm going to bring back a grapevine for this one. And then there's this really natural place to put a trail camera. I don't know if you can see it from this far distant, but it's hooked. Trailcam number 22. It's on this dead part of the beach, so it's not going to sway around in the wind. It's pretty terrific. So, yeah, 4 videos on there of me working around here. Broke off some of these dead branches so that they wouldn't sway around in the wind. Then I put up a barricade here off of these dead balsam tops to get them to come this way. And same thing with here. It's in the way over there. They're going to come and circle around and come down. You know, when there isn't a rut going on. Now, let me close this right away because we're done. Do that one-handed. There. Okay. Show us some bucks. And then there's one more rub to show. Grab my jingle stick. That's all 3 cameras that I brought with me have been deployed now on this trip. And I checked the 4th one, the one with the big wolf kill there. So you see there's a rub right there. You can see another rub down here. Now I found this 2 years ago and there were rubs all over the place in this little corner pocket. 2 years ago too. I got cameras all the way around this little clearing. Okay, signing out. I'm heading for the truck now. Well, I didn't have to fight off a wolf pack with my jingle stick. One video a long time ago, I labeled it as, I fought off a wolf pack. You know, imaginary in my mind. But I thought it was kind of a neat rhyme. Here's my mileage for today. The battery was actually dead when I came in. So we probably add a half an hour to that. 318 of a miles and 4 hours and 24 minutes plus whatever. You know, maybe it was a 5-hour day. This is the crap I'm running through. you still awake?